Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Bust a Nut. And for this one, I just wanted to test my team, so I said to one of the people in the chat who wants to test my team, and this guy was very nice. He was willing to test my team, and my team pretty much fake out Kingskin, Banded Sock, my Monferno set, Subseedon, Executor, Wish Pass, and Licky Licky, and Seismitoad. And this guy's team, the threats on it, probably Swellow since I have nothing to take a hit. Jinx can be, and Caracosta can be. And for this, when it pauses, if you guys feel like it, you can pause it and just type what you would do, especially for this one play. I'm going to say this is the one or whatever. But yeah, so let's get into this. Very good game, very interesting and all. So I'm going to be leading off my Kangaskhan right away because I knew he would be expecting me to lead off with Monferno. Either way, I would go for the fake out, get a crit, doesn't really matter, but he has the Rocky helmet, so it does about 16% to both of us, and I'm going to go out into Executor, being a counter to him, and he makes a great play, double switches right back out to his Electros, knowing that if I did stay in, I would go for the Earthquake or the Drain Punch, and it wouldn't do much to Electros, or not even affect it. I make a risky play, stay and go for the sub scouting to see what kind of set he is. It turns out he's physical, most likely banded. I'm going to go into my Seismitoad as he brings in the Scolipede, and he starts setting up the spikes, and I'm like, okay, I definitely want the rocks up for the Swellow and the Jinx and possibly even the Scolipede. I'm gonna go for the Skull, don't get the burn, and I don't see leftovers, so I'm like, okay, what do you have? Here's the Mega Horn, shows me that he's Life Orb. And I'm going to go for the Scald again, don't get the burn, and he lives slightly. So I'm like, okay, Swarm, Life Orb, Mega Horn, what can take this? I go into Monferno because it quad resist it, see how well I can take it. No point in kind of preserving it because he already has spikes and I can't use my sash. So I take it fairly well, actually, for not a very bulky Pokemon, only 50%. He goes into his Caracosta, and now I'm like, okay, there's no point in staying in. I have two walls to this. So I'm going to switch into my Executor and take the Aqua Jet very well, and after the Toxic, I believe I get my Citrus Berry, and it brings me back to 74%, so that's pretty good, and he's going to switch out now. I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed, seeing as he has no grass types to take it, and if he had gone into something else that wasn't going to U-turn, I could go into something and it would be getting Leech Seed back, so it seemed like the play to me. I'm going to sub again just to scout, I guess. I don't really know, just to see what he wants to bring in to face Executor. I was hoping for Jinx or Swellow, and I do get Swellow. So right here, actually I think I was hoping for Jinx, but right here I have to make kind of a tough play. It is going to be able to kill anything easily since my two things to take hits are down to low health, so I'm going to have to decide to fodder something. In this case, I was thinking Seismitoad because I had already gotten the rocks up. Looking back on it, I could have foddered Monferno, but I guess it didn't matter all too much in the long run. They really weren't either going to be doing all too much anymore. And yeah, so I do fodder my Seismitoad, it goes down. And here is where it gets a little more epic in the game. So I'm going to decide to bring in my Kangaskhan because I can threaten him out with Fake Out easily. He definitely wants to keep his Swellow. It is a threat to my team. And so seeing that, I'm going to predict him to switch into his Caracosta to wall me and go for the Earthquake, get some nice damage off on him. He did have the Rocky helmet, and it seemed like he was there specifically to wall these types of things. So yeah, it seemed like the play, and it does work out. He does bring it in. Now here I'm going to switch out knowing I probably can't kill him with another Earthquake. I'm going to go into my Executor, get my Citrus Berry back, be at around 60-70%, and he's going to go for the Rock Slide, so he predicted me that time. Very nice. He does get some nice damage off, and I'm going to be at 37% with no Citrus Berry. So here I know I'm going to threaten him out, and I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain now as he doesn't really have anything to take it too well, and yeah, he goes into his Jinx, and I'm like, okay, I still have my Licky Licky. He can't put me to sleep because I'm going to be Toxic on the switch in, so that's actually pretty nice. I'm going to switch into that now, being a perfect counter since I am specially defensive. And unless he has like Spec Psy Shock or Life Orb Psy Shock, I'm not too worried. So he goes for the Ice Beam, and I'm going to take that very well, 28%, and then like the 6% neutral from whatever. I predicted him to switch here. And yeah, I was gonna go for the Dragon Tail. If it didn't kill, it would get him at low health. So I was like, okay, there's no way he would want to stay in. I'm just gonna Dragon Tail, but he stays in, gets some damage off, and he brings in Electros. I could have paused it here, but anything but this would have been fine, but he just somehow happened to get Electros, the most unlucky thing, because as you'll see, he's going to be able to U-turn, and he makes a very amazing play and fodders his Jinx so that it is going to be a double down. Now, why was this a good play? Because now it's 4 on 4, it's a double down. Had he gone into anything else, it would have just been, I would have um, I would have had the advantage because I would have seen what he had gone into, but he got to fodder Jinx, so that was a pretty great play. I see what he did there. I'm going to decide to bring in my Kangaskhan because I can fake out anything and Earthquake the Caracosta. Now, here I make kind of a strange play. I knew that he would die to one Earthquake and that he probably didn't want to stay in an Aqua Jet, so what I decided to do is predict him to switch to Swellow or Electros to take the Earthquake, and I go for the Double Edge. So let's see how this plays out. He is going to end up switching, but he goes into Electros, and I'm like, okay, 50% Double Edge is easily going to take it out, but the question is, how much recoil will I get? It's going to leave me at 36% and then 30 after Toxic, I believe, 29 after Toxic. So here is the critical play where I want you to say what you would have done. Kangaskhan versus Caracosta, 28, 9%, one layer of spikes and Toxic. So yeah. What I think I should have done was gone into my Executor, but for some reason I wasn't thinking straight, and he does have the Swellow, and if the Swellow has Quick Attack and I lose my Kangaskhan, then that's pretty much GG. For some reason I decided to go for the Sucker Punch, predicting the Aqua Jet, and it does work out. He did go for that, but unfortunately it's going to leave me at just like 0.1% to where I die to Toxic, so that really sucks. He's going to be able to bring in his Swellow. So here it is. If he doesn't have Quick Attack, I win. If he does have Quick Attack, he wins, pretty much. So, yeah, in the chat, everyone, well, not everyone, like one or two people were talking, saying that I won, but I'm like, oh no, definitely not. If he has the Quick Attack, then this game is his because of that play I made with the Executor, not switch. But anyways, I'm going to go for the Vacuum Wave, and he does have the Quick Attack, so pretty much he's going to be able to outspeed me and kill the other two of my Pokemon. I go into Sock just thinking maybe he'll go for Brave Bird and kill himself, and then I can go into Executor and Giga Drain, but no. Makes a good play, goes for the facade, does kill me, and I'm going to bring in my Executor, and that'll be the game. So I think that I played pretty well until the end there. He definitely played well himself, and yeah, I think that was worth a bust nut. It was a very, very good close game. Golurk, I don't even think ever came into play, so it was a 2-0 in his victory. There were many factors and stuff, and oh yeah, I made this extra long because I'm going to be on like a week vacation next week with my whole family, so I'm not going to be able to upload for a week. I'll upload tomorrow and maybe schedule some uploads, but other than that, not really anything. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, and goodbye.